All praise, glory to the Most High. Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. As always, I'm going to start with Colossians 3 and 17. Whatsoever you do in word or deed, do all by Hashem Mashiach Yahushai. Give thanks to the Most High and the Father by Hashem Mashiach Yahushai. So, with all the things that I see going on in Israel, Yasharallah, we the 12 tribes of Israel, I thought it was about the time that I go into brotherhood. You know, since it's very important that we look at each other and realize we all we have. And if we don't realize that, then you're gonna be caught up with somebody else. And when you caught up with somebody else, then you got to pay the price of being with someone else. Let's look at go to 2 Timothy. We're going to look at brotherhood tonight. And it can apply to sisterhood too, but we're going to look at brotherhood first and foremost. 2 Timothy 1 and 7. For the Most High have not given us the spirit of fear. See? The Most High don't give us the spirit of fear, to be afraid of anything, but of power. And that power is spiritual power by Hashem Mashiach Yahushai. But that's how we reach the Most High. Said, no man come to the Father but by me. You ask anything in my name, I would do it, that the Father could be glorified in the Son. You ask anything in my name, I would do it. If you love me, Mashiach Yahushai said, keep my commandments. You read that from St. John 14:6 and St. John 14, 13 on down, so the 15. So he's giving us spiritual power coming from the Most High. He said, of love. And love is keeping up the commandments, and love is also caring for your people, having compassion with your people, being long-suffering with your people. And we're going to see, you know, how important this is. If the Most High said, and we all know this, Romans 9:13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved. But see, a lot of you missed that point because you so such in a hurry to get to, but Esau have I hated. But tonight we're going to deal with the Most High said, Jacob have I loved. So he loved us. He loved the 12 tribes of Israel. You can't make it mean nothing different. So if the Most High love us, who are we not to love each other? To the best of our ability. That's why we got to look at this. For the Most High has not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. A sound mind. To think right. You know what we're going to think? Is according to thus say the Most High's word. Period. Or lean on your own understanding. Let the devil control you to continue to be operating in the Willie Lynch, in the religious structures of the Negroes in the United States of America, in Stockholm Syndrome. You better think about this. The same one you hating, that the Most High say he love, he's sitting right next to you in the chariot. Go to the wilderness and purge you out as a rebel. Because you don't know how it's going to be in the end. Or before they, you know, get ready to leave up out of here. You don't know. We don't know. Like people cursing our people, sending the curses up on our people. Be the same one be building with you. End up building with you. You done sent curses on them and their family and everyone. You don't tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. I have the curses. Stop that instantly. Brother trying to read them curses out. Nobody said anything. Most I shut everybody's mouth down. Poof. Never happened again. Jacob have I loved, the Most High said. He loved Israel. He loved us. Who are we not to love each other? So let's go into it. 1 John 4. verse 18 to 21. There is no fear in love, but perfect love casts out fear, because fear hath torment. He that feareth is not made perfect in love. We love him because he first loved us. He loved us. We got to love him because he first loved us. And we weren't even worthy to be loved until this day. If a man say, I love the Most High, and hateth his brother, that's an Israelite, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, you can see your brother. How can he love the Most High whom he hath not seen? Hear that? You hate your brother who you can see? Say, how can you love the Most High whom you have not seen? And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth the Most High, love his brother also. That's a commandment from the Most High. 1 John 2 and 9. 1 John 2 and 9. He that says he is in the light, you know the light is keeping of the commandments, Proverbs 6:23. And hateth his brother is in darkness even until now. He's ignorant in ignorance, not knowing. And can't flow. Because he hates his brother. He that loveth his brother abideth in the light. You should love your brother. He that loveth his brother, and watch, you're going to have those that go come with scriptures, oh, I got a reason to hate him. Why? Most of you don't even know each other. Come together here, there, whatever. Like how many people are be in the class, and that's it. That's it. Some people know you from the internet. They know you from street teachers. They know you from sitting in the classroom. Never stepped foot in my house. Never. I ain't never been over their house for years and years and years and years and years. And some of y'all out there the same way right now. You ain't never been over your leader's house. You don't know his family. You don't know nothing about him. Think about it. He that says he is in the light and hateth his brother is in darkness until now, even until now. We got to try our best to follow what the Most High is saying, how he feel. His name is jealous, y'all. His name is jealous. He said, I will melt you. Oh, he can't touch you? Man, you better fear the Most High. That's who you better fear, the Most High, who can kill and then cast your butt in hell, he said. He that loveth his brother abideth in the light, and there is none occasion of stumbling in him. How do you go to sleep at night and you sit there hating on your brother? You have nightmares? Do you ever have beautiful dreams? You sit there going to sleep hating. The scriptures say don't let the sun go down upon your wrath, man. That's why it says, he that loveth his brother abideth in the light, and there is none occasion of stumbling in him. But he that hateth his brother is in darkness. You a goat. Remember the Most High told Esau, shut up and get thee in the darkness. Right? And once Esau got in darkness in Isaiah 47:5, then he put the whole world in gross darkness. And he hated his brother. He hated his brother. And here you are hating the same one that he hates. So that's what I say, are you a melanated Edomite? With the spirit, I'm just talking about that same spirit that he have in hating his brother Jacob. Did you have that same spirit? Then you think you're an Israelite, you rolling in the truth, you rolling in a proper matter? I don't think so. Man, we got a lot to look at ourselves, man. Listen. Genesis 27 and 41. Genesis 27 and 41. And Esau hated Jacob. Hear that? Hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, in his mind, the days of mourning for my father are at hand, then will I slay my brother Jacob. That's a vow he put out there. Because Isaac was dying, our forefather Isaac was dying. So once our father died, then I'm going to kill my brother Jacob. Sad. So, Scripture says, you got that same mindset, then whether you want to accept it or not, you join with them. And it tells you in, you know the scriptures, Isaiah 13 and 15, you that's hearing this word that need to hear it, you already know this. I'm not talking to no novices. Novices, you can learn hearing this, but you that know, you leaders and all you that of Israel that's rolling the wrong way, you know it. Isaiah 13 and 15. Everyone that is found shall be thrust through, and everyone that is joined unto them shall fall by the sword. You hear that? It's that mindset too. Oh. That's why my Jacob Shai said, Matthew 25. Matthew 25. Verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations. All nations will be gathered to a Mashach of a Shai, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats. So we're using the sheep and the goats as an analysis. And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left. Right? The sheep are the 12 tribes of Israel. He said in Matthew 15:24, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You can put the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left, right? So, then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, which are the 1/3 of the 12 tribes of Israel, come ye blessed of my Father. Because they're going to be doing the commandments of the Most High. Inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. So, going to verse 41. Then shall he say also unto them on the left hand, depart from me, ye cursed, into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. See, y'all looking at the devil in one aspect. The devil is in all aspects of life. Understand this. Because a lot of you, when you look at Ecclesiastes 3:24, for many are deceived by their own vain, which is worthless opinion, worthless thoughts. And it says, and that evil is who? The devil. Suspicion, the devil gives it to your mind to make you make the wrong judgment. That's why we got to go through this brotherhood. So he say, then shall he say unto them on the left hand, depart from me, which are the goats. Ye cursed into everlasting fire, prepared for the devil and his angels. Right? Verse 46. And these shall go away into everlasting punishment, but the righteous into life eternal. So, just in case y'all tripping on the goats, Daniel 8:21. And the rough goat is the king of Grecia. Talking about Alexander the Greek. And the great horn that is between his eyes is the first king, who is Alexander the Greek, who is a so-called white man, who is an Edomite, who is the goat. You see this? The rough goat? Representing the mindset of them and the mindset that they would have. Because there's going to be a remnant of every nation that's going to be going into our kingdom. Most High will be worthy to be there. So it's a mindset. That's why he said, Amos 9 and 10. Play with the Most High if you want to. Mercy and grace that's to the Israelites is being lifted, y'all. And that's the problem. Most High done gave us mercy and grace all these years, and all of a sudden now we get a little knowledge, wisdom, understanding. Now we're going to take the mercy and grace away from our brothers. Something wrong with that picture. Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people, that sin is the transgression of the Most High's laws, his rules and regulations, shall die by the sword. He gonna kill you. Which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us. When you operate in evil, you draw the devil to you. Most are gonna send the devil and death, that death angel in hell to you, because you don't think right. You ain't thinking right. You allow him to come into your mind to have you make the wrong judgment. Oh, but we're just getting warmed up here. 2 Corinthians. The 4th chapter. Verse 3. Second Corinthians 4 and 3. But if our gospel, this word that we bringing forth here, be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. And to be lost, you in darkness. You can't really understand this. It could be over your head, or you're going to have a problem with the word of the Most High, but you got to take it up with the Most High. I'm just a messenger. But I know it's needed. Because we need to love each other and not be hating on each other. I'll mention, let's go there. Isaiah 47 and 5. It's the world we in. Isaiah 47 and 5. Sit thou silent. He told Esau to shut up and get thee into darkness. Darkness, ignorance, not knowing, confusion, and being lost. Remember it said, but if our gospel be hid, it is hid to them that are lost. In whom, we in 1 Corinthians 4 and 3, verse 4, in whom the God of this world, the goat of this world, the power of this world, have blinded the minds of them that believe not, lest the light of the glorious gospel of Mashiach Yahushua, who is the image of the Most High, should shine unto them. So this is what happened to us. The whole world, really. Since they are a superpower of earth, he told them this, the Edomites. He said, Isaiah 47 and 5, sit thou silent, be quiet, shut up, and get thee into darkness. Get thee into darkness. Make the people's minds be confused, be lost, without understanding. O daughter of the Chaldeans, for thou shalt no more be called the lady of kingdoms. So once they went into darkness, then Isaiah 60 and 2. For behold, the darkness shall cover the earth. Ignorance, not knowing, being lost. And gross darkness to people. Hear that? Gross darkness to people. Gross ignorance, gross confusion to people. But the Most High shall arise upon thee, and his glory shall be seen upon thee. This is certain ones of the Israelites that just going to happen to. But the rest going to be in darkness. It don't matter if you know you're Israelite or not. If you ain't going to follow what the Most High has in store and have said how we should be, then you in darkness. You in sin. Especially when it comes down to loving your brother. And you love everybody else. I remember a brother said, yeah, they love me at my job. I said, that don't impress me. The men in there, make them have them love you. That's what's important to me. How we love each other. Care about how nobody else feel about us. And they care about you. What's that mean to me? When everybody got out against me. What? I don't want to hear that. How about we loving each other? That's why I'm doing this. And there's a decree that brothers say this is what they stand by it. Learn it, live it, and apply it in your life. That's what we have to do. I mean, just don't have that deep down hatred. Because, you look at how we killing each other in the street, gangs and so forth, retaliations and so forth going on, and they've been going on and on and on all these years. They always put that in our face. You're killing each other. Then we come in the truth. We supposed to be the light. Like you said, the Most High bright light gonna shine upon us. We supposed to be illuminating. How you gonna illuminate when you are doing the same thing? Pretty much. If not just murdering each other, it's like you're gonna see, well, I take that back, because we're gonna show in these scriptures how the Most High feels. It's had nothing to do with the way the world says. The God of this world have you thinking whatever way you think. But the Most High word is going to bring it forth. Straight up. 1 John 3:11. For this is a message that ye heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. See that? We should love one another. What's so hard about that? About your brother knowing that you care about him. That you really have feelings for your brother. Ain't talking about no dang on off the wall faggot stuff or whatever, homosexual stuff. We talk about, just like David said, his love for Jonathan, Saul's son, surpassed the love of a woman. They was tight. It was there for each other. They cared for each other. That's all it's talking about. Not all this hatred against each other. 1 John 3:11. For this is a message that ye heard from the beginning, that we should love one another. Not as Cain, who was of that wicked one, allowed the devil to get into his mind and slew his brother. Killed Abel. And wherefore slew he him? Because his own works were evil. Why did he kill Abel? Because his own works were evil. The Most High said there's no remission of sin without the shedding of blood. All he had to do is ask his brother for a lamb. Let me have a lamb, man. No, he want to bring some crops to the Most High, the sacrifice. Get out of here. And they knew the law. That's why it tells you that Abel bought the fat thereof. The sacrifice to the Most High. Marvel not, my brethren, if the world hates you. So don't be marveling because the world hates you. We know that we have passed from death unto life. That death is a dead state of mind. To having life, understanding this truth. Because we love the brethren. You hear that? So if you don't love your brethren, and I ain't talking about no one that's just in your camp, in your church, in your congregation. We talk about we as a people. We as a people. From the one that's highest can be to the one that's lowest can be. They still are brothers. And they know. They know somebody that's real and somebody that's fake. Because we love the brethren. He that loveth not his brother abideth in death. You hear that? So it's letting you know that we're supposed to come from this death state of mind to life. Hear what he said? He that loveth not his brother abideth in death. So the ones that's going to be looking at life, everlasting life, as it says, we know that we have passed from death, from not loving our brother, to life and loving our brother. But if you hating your old brother, you in death. As you the walking dead, he's saying. It's just a matter of time before the Most High kill you and throw your butt in hell. That's what my circumcised said we're supposed to fear. The Most High. Everything being written in the books. Whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer. So it ain't just about you putting him to death, killing him. If you hate your brother, you are a murderer. In whose eyes? In the eyes of the Most High. I didn't write it. But it says, whosoever hateth his brother is a murderer. And ye know that no murderer hath eternal life abiding in him. No murderer. Anyone you that hate your brother, you don't have eternal life abiding in you. Hereby perceive we the love of the Most High, because, the love of a Mashiach Yahushua, because he laid down his life for us. And we ought to lay down our lives for the brethren. The brethren. Not for just a special person that's in your camp, for the brethren. All of us are brothers. We are the Israelites. We not no camp. We ain't no organization. We ain't no club. We a nation of people. The 12 tribes of Israel. That's why you can get a recognition into who we are. But whoso hath this world's good, and see if his brother have need. You got a lot, and you see your brother have a need, and shut up his bowels of compassion. That's why I said that love. Y'all talk about love and just keep up the commandment. Love is compassion. That's why it's going into it. You hearing it. Shut up his bowels of compassion, caring for your brother. From him, how dwelleth the love of the Most High in him? My little children, let us love in word, neither in tongue. Let us not love in word, just talking a good talk. Neither in tongue, but in deed and in truth. In deed and in truth. Following what the Most High is telling us to do. As St. John was writing through the Spirit of the Most High. Second John 6. 2 John 6. 6th verse. And this is love, that we walk after his commandments. We do what he say do. We follow his rules and regulations. That, as ye have heard from the beginning, ye should walk in it, keeping the commandments of the Most High. Leviticus 19 and 1. Leviticus 19 and 1. See, we got to remember, the commandments are based upon how we love the Most High and how we love each other. Listen, Leviticus 19 and 1. And the Most High spake unto Moses, saying, Speak unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say unto them, Ye shall be holy, for I, the Most High, your power, am holy. So the Most High is the power of Israel, but he tells us we should be holy, because the Most High is holy, right? Jump up to verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Your heart is your mind. You're supposed to hate your brother in your mind. Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. Say, thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people. How many people walking around talking about, I'm going to get him, I'm going to get you, I'm going to get him, and have a grudge, been holding grudges for years against, starting with your own family members. Then it goes down to the brethren. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, the Israelites. Well, I went to verse 1 and 2. But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Most High. I'm telling you. How you feel about yourself? That's why I say love thy neighbor as thyself. So start with self. How do you feel about yourself? You hate yourself that much that you hate your brothers and sisters? Yeah. Think about that when you see somebody that's like that. They hate themselves. First and foremost. They can't love you because they don't love themselves. If you don't love yourself and you've never been loved, how do you know what love is? That's why a lot of people, they really don't really know love. How you know love if you ain't never been loved? You create your own love, right? That's why it's very important that we look at these scriptures and follow what the Most High says. This is our guideline right here. I want you to go to 1 Peter's, the 4th chapter. 1 Peter, the 4th chapter. And we're going to read from, starting at verse 7 to 10. 1 Peter 4 and 7. But the end of all things is at hand. And we can look around, you see that the end of all things are at hand. It's right looking at our face right now. Be therefore sober. Can't be drunk. You can't all the time looking for a shot. Because next thing you know, you're alcoholic. Sober means you got to be focused. You ain't full of spirits. That's why I say, be therefore sober and watch under prayer. You got to be watching. You got to know what to watch out for, though. That's why you got to know what to expect. Watch under prayer. And above all things, have fervent charity. Have fervent love. Have fervent compassion. Have fervent caring among yourselves, among we as Israelites. And charity shall cover the multitude of sin. Your love for your people gonna cover a multitude of sins. You hear that? Let me read it again. And above all things, have fervent, abundance, charity, which is love. Have abundant love among yourselves. For charity shall cover the multitude of sins. Use hospitality one to another without grudge. Don't just do something and you grudgingly doing it. You're supposed to feel good about doing something to make people happy and make people feel good. Make them feel good. Why not uplift each other instead of bringing everybody down? Because you ain't satisfied with yourself. Something wrong with you. Examine yourself. I got many lessons on self-examination. We can't go over that enough. That helped change me. Just going over it and looking at the Most High bringing forth the point of humility. Man, tear yourself apart and build yourself back up again. Use hospitality one to another without grudging. You're supposed to be grudging to do something great for someone. Just let it go. Just do it and feel good that they feel good for doing something for them. As every man has received the gift, even so minister the same one to another, as good stewards of the manifold grace of the Most High. And that grace is getting something you don't deserve from the Most High. You know, Gotta be good stewards, man. And we gotta minister the love, the compassion, the caring for each other as a nation. It's too much division. Too much division. Let's go to St. John 13. St. John the 13th chapter. We'll start at verse 3 to 17. Mashiach Shai, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hands, and that he was come from the Most High and went to the Most High, he arises from supper, and laid aside his garments, and took a towel, and girded himself with it. After that he poured water into a basin, and began to wash the disciples' feet, and to wipe them with the towel wherewith he was girded. Then cometh he to Simon Peter. So he took the towel, he was wiping their feet. Then cometh he to Simon Peter. And Peter said unto him, Master, dost thou wash my feet? Mashiach Shai answered and said unto him, What I do thou knowest not now. You don't know what I'm doing right now, but thou shalt know hereafter. Peter said unto him, Thou shalt not wash my feet. But Mashiach Shai answered him, If I wash thee not, thou hast no part with me. So if I don't wash you, you have no part with me. Simon Peter said unto him, Master, not my feet only, but also my hands and my head. So he said, Not my feet only, but my hands and my head. Mashiach said unto him, He that is washed needeth not save to wash his feet, but is clean every whit. And ye are clean, but not all. He said, He washing all their feet. So everyone is clean, but not everyone. So everyone is not clean. For he knew who should betray him. Therefore said he, Ye are not all clean. Speaking of Judas Iscariot. So after he had washed their feet, and had taken his garments, and was set down again, he said unto them, Know ye what I have done to you? So you know what I've done to you? That you call me master and Lord. And ye say, Well, for so I am. You say, For so I am. If I then, your master, your Lord and master, have washed your feet, ye also ought to wash one another's feet. So he's saying, just what I did, you should do also. For I have given you an example that ye should do as I have done to you. Verily, verily, truly, truly, I say unto you, the servant is not greater than his master, neither he that is sent greater than he that sent him. So he said, hey, you're not greater than your master. And the master generally is the teacher, and which he was. And he said, he's not greater than the Most High who sent him. If ye know these things, happy are ye if ye do them. So if you know these things, happy you're going to be if you do them. Jump to verse 34 and 35. A new commandment I give you, that ye love one another as I have loved you. That ye also love one another. Like he loved them to clean their feet and said, hey, everybody's clean except for one. Because he knew that Judas Iscariot was going to betray him. He said, a new commandment I give unto you, that ye love one another, as I have loved you, that ye also love one another. By this, when you showing that you love your people, not your camp, but your nation, by this shall all men know that ye are my disciples, if ye have love one to another. See? If you have love one to another. Go to St. John 15 and 12. St. John 15 and 12. This is my commandment. This is a commandment, that ye love one another as I have loved you. And he loved us enough to give his life for us. Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends. See? No greater love than a man lay down his life for his friends. You are my friends if you do whatsoever I command you. So you hearing what's coming from the word. So how you a friend if you don't do what he say do? That's what he's saying. We have commandments. We got rules and regulations that he's telling us right here. You his friend if you do whatsoever he tells us to do. Henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his master doeth. But I have called you friends, for all things that I have heard of my Father I have made known unto you. See, what I hear the Most High say, him being the word of the Most High, Mashiach Yahushua, he told him. Ye have not chosen me. Say, we ain't choose him. But I have chosen you and ordained you that ye should go and bring forth fruit, and that your fruit should remain, that whatsoever ye shall ask of the Father in my name, by Shem Mashiach Yahushua, he may give it you. These things I command you, that ye love one another. That's a commandment, that we love one another. Mark 12:29. Mark 12:29 to 33. We in the last days, y'all. Whether you want to accept it or not. It's come a time when it's going to be about what we've done in these mortal bodies. And how we follow what he said to do, or we didn't follow what he said to do. And the judgment will be at hand. Mark 12:29. 33. And the Messiah answered him, the first of all the commandments is what? Hear, O Israel, the Most High our power is one power. And thou shalt love the Most High thy power with all thy heart. The heart is the mind. And with all thy soul, and with all thy mind, and with all thy strength. This is the first commandment. And the second is like, namely this, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. There is none other commandment greater than these, because all the commandments is based upon how we love the Most High and how we love each other. How we serve the Most High, how we serve each other. That's commandments right there. That's what it's based upon. Simple as that. And the scribe said unto him, well, master, thou hast said the truth. For there is one power, and there is none other but he. And to love him with all the heart, which is the mind, the way you think, and with all the understanding, and with all the soul, and with all the strength, and to love thy neighbor as himself, is more than all whole burnt offerings